Right, so the question is also about the second lesson of the Course in Miracles, which is, I think it's the second one. You and I give everything all the meaning it has. Yes. Now, in a sense, the first 6 lessons of the Course in Miracles are basically the reason why the first 6 lessons are so is because of the 7th lesson, which is you see only the past. Yeah? So when we're looking, which is a self-centeredness, would be a form of looking. Yeah? Sort of instead of the single eye of mind, the double eye of the physicality would be a form of looking. Yeah? So when we're looking from self-centeredness, we're seeing only the past. So everything is referred back to some previous idea. Yeah? So when you have a feeling, let's say in recovery they talk about resentments, which if you break the word down, the root of it is centeri, which means to feel, and then re means to feel again. So the only way you could feel anything again would be a sense of a past. Yeah. So in a sense, everything in a way is re-feeling, rethinking, yes, rehearing, retasting, retouching. So basically, instead of the pulse or the liveliness of seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, touching, it's used to refer back to the seer and then what was seen in the past or what was felt in the past or what was thought of in the past. Yeah. So in a way we're only seeing the past when we're looking from self-centeredness. Yeah. So the second lesson is you and I give everything all the meaning it has, and it's very easy if you have the Course in Miracles, just follow the instructions and you may get a free sample of how so that is. Yeah? But you'll see that when you look at something or see, there is a pause before a name is given to it. Like in Hinduism they would say that what conditional mind does is give name and form to everything. So that would be another way of saying you and I give everything all the meaning it has. We give it a meaning and we name it, right? It's this car and it's a Mercedes, so name and form. This is the activity of the conditional mind to make sense out of what it can't make sense out of, like the mystery of what's going on here. So it doesn't mean anything's right and wrong about it. It's just to see the basic functioning of the apparatus so that maybe you'll get a sense you're not the apparatus. Yeah? So you and I give everything all the meaning it has. Just check it out. So let's say you're feeling bad today, or you think you're in a bad mood or a bad state, then this could be a problem, yeah? Then the next day you feel much lighter and you feel better. This will be seen not as a problem, The next day you feel shitty again. This can be seen as a problem. Is it a problem or isn't it a problem? It's basically neither, yeah? It's whatever the meaning is given to it. Just like they say in physics, the biggest influence of any experiment, one of the axioms is the biggest influence of any experiment is the observer of it. So basically, if you're looking for light to appear as a particle, you'll probably see light as a particle. If you're looking for light to appear as a wave, you'll probably see it appear as a wave. Because maybe you're giving it its meaning, yeah? You're giving it, and then so light responds, and it appears as a particle, and then it responds and appears as a light, as a wave. Yeah. So in a sense, that's what's happening here. The biggest meaning this thing has is what the observer of it gives it. Yeah. That's what's going on. So does this mean it? Does this seem to have any value? We'll find out. Maybe you'd be curious to know that your day is pretty much an interpretation, yeah? Instead of like maybe there's another day going on that would be more satisfying for you to be conscious of, yeah? Instead of just to be seemingly getting lazily put to sleep by the interpretation of day in and day out, of all the name and form and the meaning your mind's giving things. So that's what it means to me. So when I heard it, that had a very big impact. And every time I would do the lesson, it would have an impact. Immediately, I would have a sense of a pause before I saw the name of the thing. I just see the thing, and you could see that it was nothing in a way. What the hell is that? Is this like a a fireplace mantle, who the hell, you know, if you look at it, how could you come to that conclusion? It's just a name that's been given to it. Yeah? And so you'd have a pause, and then the name would arise, and then you would see, hey, this is true, that I give everything all the meaning it has, because you would see the process in a way. Yeah? So in a way, if the mind has been formatted, maybe if it gets a clue that it's been formatted, that may be the beginning of it entertaining not to be formatted, you know? But if it doesn't know any better, and it believes the format is the way things are, then the way things will probably stay that way, because what could change it hasn't woken up to that fact, yeah? It's taking the way things are to be the way things are, when they're just, in a sense, contrived. So the mind can shift out of that, but it first needs the invitation that maybe I'm not that, or maybe this isn't so. If it's locked into that this is so, basically all its ways of looking are defined by promoting this is so. Yeah. So that's what I like about the message and stuff. It throws a wrench in that work. It's not saying, like, it's not concerned about what you're worrying about next week. It's concerned, well, who thinks it's worrying about next week? Yeah? It always brings it back to a sense of subjectivity. Like, and maybe you see your real responsibility here, which is a huge responsibility. You are the actual dreaming of this place, you know, this activity. We're dreaming. Yeah. Maybe it seems like a stale dream or a stable dream, but it's still inherently a dream, because it's constantly being given meaning to and name and form. Yeah.